Here we are with a new episode of Pints and Pages. I'm Nick.
I'm Brad.
I'm Levi.
And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, thumbs up, thumbs down. Just let us know what we're doing. You guys enjoy. Or don't enjoy. Couple of the topics today that we're going to cover is we didn't cover Peacemaker last week. So because we ran out of time because of the wrestling. So we'll cover a little bit of what's going on with Peacemaker, and much to our surprise, Brad and I did not know we were going to walk into Levi finally watched Fight Club last night, so we're going to discuss Fight Club. What I was going to say when we were briefly talking about it before the start, I think that, and I wanted to save it until now, I think that that era of movies right there in that block, with Sixth Sense, Usual Suspects,
all of the good fucking Brad Pitt shit,
and Fight Club. Those three right there, like, had three of the biggest twists at the end of movies that, like, you could end up with. Those were three of the really good movies. Another one that's Brad Pitt really doesn't have a flip at the end, but it kind of does, is Seven.
Yeah.
So that's one I've seen several times.
Yeah. What's in the box?
Last night, me and Kyla were watching movies, and I'm flipping through HBO, and I'm like, have you seen Seven? And she goes, I don't think so. And I turn it on, and she did remember part of it. So she had seen it, but she forgot most of it.
Seven,
so the whole
so
movie.
You watched Fight Club and Seven last night.
That was my third time seeing Seven.
Oh, okay. All right.
Seven was 95. Fight Club was 99.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
But the whole movie, I'm just, every time she's like, I think I've seen this. I'm like, what's in the box? And she couldn't give me the answer, so we watched the whole thing.
12 Monkeys was also 95.
Okay.
Had a great fucking twist at the end.
Yeah.
Also
12 Monkeys was a good one.
But that one didn't catch on, like,
that's one I've never heard of.
It would have done great now.
Probably, because it's all about mental health.
Yeah, fantastic right now.
Like, Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt, and then they did the TV show.
Yeah, on Sci-Fi.
Yeah,
I never watched it because I'm like, I don't want any ideas.
The way
from
I
the movie
understand
to be
it
sold.
was it was kind of it kind of had a cult following. Like, I mean, it was like
anything on the Sci-Fi Channel does, because those motherfuckers they gave us a TV show.
Yeah, for sure. One of my favorites though from that era was The Usual Suspects. The whole Kaiser Sose thing at the end of that was one of my favorite twists.
What was that one where he died and came back in the body of someone else?
Who, Kevin Spacey?
No, fucking Brad Pitt. He like died, or somebody died, and maybe he was a Meet Joe Brown. It was fucking weird.
I was gonna say Benjamin Button.
No.
You said Kevin Spacey.
Meet Joe Black.
Every time I watch Seven, I'm like, man, Kevin Spacey always fits the roles of these deranged fucks, because he is a deranged fuck.
Yeah. Meet Joe Black. It had her, and then it had fucking...
Oh, Anthony Hopkins in it?
Yeah.
I love Anthony Hopkins.
I don't remember that at all.
Okay, here we go. Bill Parrish, a businessman and devoted family man, is about to celebrate his 65th birthday. However, before he reaches that landmark he is visited by Death, who is Brad Pitt, who has taken human form as Joe Black, a young man who recently died. Joe and Bill make a deal. Bill will be given an extra few days of his life, and Joe will spend the same time getting to know what it's like to be human. It seems like the perfect arrangement until Joe falls in love with Bill's daughter. It's a pretty weird premise of a movie.
Yeah, that's a weird premise.
And Brad Pitt is weird as fuck in that movie. Like, it's really good, but like, you're just like, what was the point of watching this?
Yeah.
At the end.
Kevin Spacey, and you had said Kevin Spacey in Deranged. Like, he was in Seven, Usual Suspects, where he kind of played a weird role. And then there was that movie American Beauty, where he was like fucking off his rocker.
I don't think I watched that one.
Yeah.
I've heard about it, but I've never seen it.
That was the kid that kept taking pictures of the floating thank you bag. Had Marina Sorvino in it.
Why do I feel like there was a trope? Somebody used that trope in their movie.
It was in
It's like Scary Movie.
it was like scary. I think it was Scary Movie.
Yeah, they made fun of it in Scary Movie.
It was either Scary Movie or Not Another Teen Movie.
Yeah,
Like,
something like that. It was
one
the
of
kid
those.
that was filming
There
a
was
bag.
some weird kid that was filming a bag.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Those were like, God, those were, to me, like, and I hate saying this, but it's the truth. Those were when movies were original. Like
Yeah.
late 90s, like early to late 90s, mid 90s, whatever you want to call it. Those were when movies were like, they were original thoughts and ideas, or they were taken from books. Like,
That's what I was about to start. I was gonna say they're not a lot of them aren't originals. They're just taken from books.
Well, but,
or reskinned fairy tales, because
That
that's
too.
what Disney has done forever and still does, and it works.
yeah, they were taken from books, but they were still like, they were original. They're not sequels. They're original thoughts from books.
And a lot of them, the premise is from the book. I'll give it that, where it's like the ideas from the book, but they don't always follow the book. They make their own story out of the premise.
Yeah. Yeah, where it's not just like like another Transformers movie or another Star Wars movie or another Marvel movie. It was like, it may be taken from a book, but at least it's a whole new story with new characters, or maybe the lead character. Like the Alex Cross movies are fucking fantastic, and those are all from books, but same lead character, but everybody else is different.
And the same thing with that. I always think of when a movie's based on a book, the book's decently old typically, except like Harry Potter, and I didn't know Fight Club. Fight Club was wrote in 96 and then written and directed as a movie 98 into 99.
I feel like Fight Club was one of those books you'd find at an airport.
Yeah, probably.
It was written by some author, got some New York best times selling shit, trickling it in. You know, like it was that book that was probably put in some director flying in between shit, picked it up and like, oh, dude, this is fucking great.
Yeah.
You know, like I bet you anything it was just a fucking,
Yeah.
as Riff Raff would say, that middle of the mall shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a lot of those were like that. But man, there were some good thriller movies in that time frame. The one with Angelina Jolie and Denzel Washington, where he's paralyzed, The Bone Collector.
Oh,
That movie was
Bone
fucking
Collector
fantastic,
was wild.
and I think that was based off of a book. But
Yeah.
like the Morgan Freeman movies, like Along Came a Spider and shit like that. Those were all.
Bone Collector was always one of those movies that I never realized. Like, I've watched that fucking thing so many times over, but I never knew the title. I never knew the fucking title. I'm like, oh, this show's on again, and I'm like, I know this is good, and you leave it on TV and play.
And I thought you were gonna say I've never seen it from the beginning.
No, I have. I've seen that movie all different ways, man.
Because it's one of those. It is one of those movies, and there's several of them that are like that, where it's like. It's like you catch it on TNT or TBS or something, and it's
when
like, I've seen all of it but the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Angelina Jolie and what was it, Ashley Judd and Morgan Freeman were in a lot of those like weirdly mystery.
Fucking Morgan
movies.
Freeman was always the mentor.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every fucking time. He's like,
Yeah.
you're going to want to
He
do
was always
this.
the
You can't go around policing like that.
the old grizzled cop.
Yeah. If you don't listen to my words, you'll fail.
And you had what?
Except in 7, where he just didn't want to teach him at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Was Bone Collector...
I guess 7 was a pretty...
He was
ball
the
drop
mentor, didn't want to do it until like halfway through the movie where he actually gets intrigued in the murders, and he's like, I'm not going to retire till this is done.
Yeah.
And then he gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Well, it seemed like Brad Pitt's character was probably...
A dick?
insufferable up until that point. Like, he probably just finally broke him into being somewhat of a deal-withable kind of guy.
I don't disagree at all. His character that entire movie is like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but that fucking ending was still like,
Oh, yeah.
that was fucked. What's in the box? What?
What's in the box? Oh man, what's in the box? So what was Kyla's thought on Fight Club?
I mean, she liked it. We didn't like discuss it afterwards.
Oh.
She seemed to enjoy it. She was she got the twist like probably 15 minutes before the movie told you, hey, Tyler's not real.
Oh, okay.
But the real thing that seemed to not mess with her like in a bad way, but she was just like, what the fuck, was when he shoots himself. And then Tyler disappears and he continues to live. And she's like, so you can just kill yourself now and it doesn't work? And I'm like, no, they're using real life anatomy where that is the most survivable kill shot. When people go to kill themselves and they put the gun in their mouth, that is the easiest way to survive it.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to hit anything vital unless you go straight back and you see the bullet fly out the side.
Yeah.
That was about the only part that fucked with her. She seemed to enjoy it. I loved it, but it's my favorite thing of an anti-consumerist, anti-government movie. So
Yeah.
There's a guy. Well, yeah, never mind. Go ahead.
what I was also going to say is I always was curious where the fuck the whole soap thing came from with Fight Club, where that was always the reference I saw, and to find that out was really cool.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it holds up well. I thought it looked great, even for like an late '99, early 2000s movie. I thought the cinematography was great. Not that those don't have great cinematographies, but it looked great. The quality looked great. Wasn't
Big
shot
Bob's
poorly.
Fat tits.
Huh?
Big Bob's fat tits.
Yeah, Big Bob's fat tits. That's something else, man. I was like, what the fuck was the point in this?
Edward Norton was great in that too.
Yes.
Like just.
I think he portrayed that unknowing insanity very well.
Yeah, I have a feeling. Well, it wasn't the first time he did it either. He did it in that fucked up movie with Richard Gere.
Oh, right.
Dancing with Gerbils.
I don't remember much of that.
It wasn't Dancing with Gerbils. It was the one where he's in the
Who'd you say the co-star was?
Richard Gere.
Primal Fear.
Primal Fear.
Dancing with him. I actually started to. Yeah,
Dancing
I actually
with Gerbils?
started.
I would
to
have a
type that
primal
in.
fear if I was forced to dance with gerbils.
Well, you know the whole Richard Gere thing where he sticks gerbils up his ass.
What?
Yeah, kind of like Bob Rohrman.
You never heard that?
Yeah.
No.
You've heard it though, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
All right.
What?
There's a urban legend that Richard Gere and I think Bob Rohrman's is true.
Yeah, because he had medical documentation to have things removed from his rectum over the years.
Yeah, that Richard Gere, there was an urban legend that Richard Gere used to get off by shoving gerbils of his ass. So.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, it was a thing. It's not true. That I know of.
Think it's not true. Yeah. Who knows? We're like Richard Gere's Pretty Woman guy, right? Yeah.
So
he must have picked it up off the streets.
Yeah, there are no medical records, or granted, it's not like those are public, but there's no known medical records for
Richard Gere shoving gerbils up his ass.
I had to look it up. I was so fucking curious.
But
this has been going since the 80s.
Yes, correct.
Yeah,
correct.
that's
I was in like grade school when that.
That's when people first started doing it in groups.
God,
before that, it was kept secret at home.
Because Bob and Tom did a Richard Gere gerbil habitat. Do you remember that?
I don't think so.
Bob and Tom did a whole skit about the Richard Gere gerbil habitat, where it was like the gerbil was like they made it echo like he was in a cave, like he was in his asshole, and it was like, "Hello, why is it so dark in here?" And it was like, it was a whole fucking thing with Bob and Tom. I remember that vividly.
Oh fuck! It's probably one that they had to have taken down
Probably.
at some point.
I found it. I gotta sign up for the website in order to listen to it, but I found it.
So anyway, let's get back to Primal Fear instead of gerbils up asses. Primal Fear was the movie Edward Norton and Richard Gere did, where Edward Norton played that. He almost acted like he was a special needs kid, and then like got off, like because Richard Gere thought he was wrongfully accused. Oh, there's no way this sweet, Southern kid could have done this. And then at the end, he's like, you fell into my trap. It's like one of those.
Yeah.
Like, it was like the big reveal.
Yeah,
at the end.
and you're like, holy fuck, he ate 14 people or some
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, it was one of those.
Wow, he's a massive gerbil heister.
Yep.
This guy's been stealing all the gerbils. How dare he? Those are for the people.
We're...
Yeah.
I can't get past the gerbils, man.
The
Yeah.
gerbil heist.
Dude.
The great gerbil heist of 85. So here's one thing about Edward Norton that I'll say. I'm glad that he only lasted one movie as the Hulk, because I think Ruffalo is a better Hulk.
Yeah. Well, it's not about who's a better Hulk. It's about who's a better Bruce. And fucking Banner had his shit together. Bruce Banner does not have, Edward Norton had his shit together, but Bruce Banner does not traditionally have a lot of shit together most of the time. It's
He's
a
smart,
little
but
more
not in
volatile.
control.
Yeah, and it just seemed like Edward Norton was too smart in a tactical sense versus like, this is a scientist. Like he's not the fucking hot shot fucking riding through favelas and weird countries escaping shit. Like that's not what fucking Bruce Banner does.
Yeah.
He, as soon as he needs to escape, it's Hulk time.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's why I didn't like, I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely feel like Ruffalo's fits that.
Yeah. Eric Bana wasn't a scientist at all. Think about it. Like, what do you remember of anything referencing how smart he was in that movie? Bro?
Yeah, it was the Eric Bana Hulk was weird. I'm glad that they let that lapse and go back to Marvel.
Yeah,
because Fox didn't do a great job with it.
It only went so far back to Marvel because they still can't make a Hulk movie.
Well, in the very first end credit, like the MCU first end credit scene was Hulk with Norton at the very end, Iron Man, before we knew who the fuck Tony Stark was in a post credits scene.
He was in a post credits thing with Edward Norton,
and we didn't know
it was
anything
actually
about Iron Man yet.
Because the first movie was Iron Man, and then it came Hulk. The end of Iron Man was the end of Iron Man. The extra credit scene in Iron Man was Fury, and then the end credit scene for Hulk was Tony Stark recruiting him.
Right. I thought it came in the other order, but I don't know.
I don't think so. I think the first MCU movie was Iron Man.
I thought Hulk
by a month.
By a month. And
okay.
Yeah.
May 2nd, 2008 is Iron Man. June 13th, 2008 is Incredible Hulk.
Jesus, they did them that fucking close together. God damn, I don't.
Yeah, and people want to bitch about fucking superhero movie fatigue. I'm like, they came out the gate like that. It never fucking increased. I don't know why people got this weird idea, like, oh my god, you just keep track.
Oh my god, I can't stand the fact that we get 3 superhero movies a year.
Oh my god.
Well, people aren't bitching necessarily. I mean, yes, people do bitch about the movies, but I do know from sitting online, because I'm chronically online, people bitch because not only do we have the 3 movies, we have 4 fucking TV shows, 2 animated TV shows, and then they're also focusing on social media marketing. So we went from having the attention split between these 3 projects to now it's not only these 3 projects, but these but 4 to 6 other projects that may or may not tie in, so we got to make them somewhat relevant, but we can't make them too relevant.
I guess.
That's what a lot of bitching is just, at least from the way I see it, is people looking at it as, yeah, the movies are good, or at least decent, but we get so much other shit in there that it makes it feel like it's nonstop.
Right. Okay.
So there is almost 2 more billion people in the world. There's more people doing them jobs. There's plenty of people to do all the work.
See, and I do kind of stand with the
2 billion
MCU
more
nerds.
people since 2008 have become a part of our population. We're
Correct.
or it's probably not even that. It's like 1.5. But to say that like that industry hasn't hired more fucking people as the people who started watching these movies as kids are now getting older.
Well, to be more specific,
There's more
about
chunks
it.
of studios, like there's whole new studios, all kinds of shit built. They film overseas a lot. So that means there's whole production companies separated over there. And it's like, I don't think necessarily that it's... I think that what they do is they try to make it stand out. And by making it stand out, they take it and make it inaccurate.
Which
That's
so
the
this
problem.
feeds also
It's
into
not
what I
that
was
the
about to bring
idea
up.
is,
The more
but-
specific thing that people bitch about
I think there's
is
enough
because
people
we're
to do
spread
the
this
work.
wide. It used to be Kevin Feige made sure every movie fit how he wanted it to. Like, yes, we did still have end credit
Yeah, but
scenes
he
that ended up not becoming a thing, but a lot of things had Feige's control under it. And now it doesn't, so we get a lot of things like Eternals, where we still don't know if Harry Styles will ever show back up as Thanos' brother.
Right. Nobody wants to, though.
Oh, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. That was an added credit scene, whether it was by Feige or
Feige
another
still
person
had
at Marvel.
control
Yes,
overall.
Feige still has control, but
The
imagine
hierarchical
going from
thing.
3 movies, to now 9 different projects that you have to oversee a year, which isn't a lot, but when productions
that's the
span
thing. We
8,
just-
12, 16
We just
weeks.
talked about Iron Man and Hulk coming out back to back.
Oh, I agree.
That means he was doing that from the beginning.
Yeah, I agree.
And then he also took it in a direction in
That was the
his
other-
vision that is ultimately losing them a lot of fucking money right now. I don't think it's necessarily that everything was spread too thin. I think he had the wrong ideas. Just simply put, not spread too thin. People just didn't fucking listen.
I think that the biggest thing isn't that. I mean, you could say that maybe it's spread too thin.
They're still putting out.
We also came out the
biggest
gate that
quality
fast, and then it
shit.
was 2 years till we got another one.
Well, that's fair.
I think that it's not. I think that we hit so many projects and had so much issue because the problem that you ended up with was I don't know that they.
And
ever
he's
thought-
not just Star Wars or not just fucking.
I don't know that they thought they were gonna get a.
Feige does every property Disney has. It's not just Marvel.
Well, I don't know that he thought he was gonna ever have a movie that
Right?
didn't succeed.
Well, yeah.
And then like
got-
Eternals comes out and you throw Harry Styles in there because you think that you're unstoppable and all Marvel movies are going to make fucking millions and millions of dollars and you're setting up for Eternals 2 and you got Harry Styles and you're good to go and Eternals comes out and it fucking doesn't make money. And then Disney shows up and says, you're not making another one of these because it didn't make money. And then it just shoots. It's like, oh, fuck, I was going to have all this tie in. And then like She-Hulk comes out and everybody's like, I fucking hated it. I didn't like it.
That was all
Like-
all tied directly to not respecting source material.
Yeah.
Every fucking one of those movies that flopped had such major changes to the identities of the characters that the stories made no fucking sense anymore.
Yeah.
And they don't work the way they were originally told because this perspectives and feelings aren't the same when you change the fucking identities of the characters.
Yeah, and
And
then
that's the problem.
And then you've got a whole thing with the fucking whole thing with Kang happened, where they fucking had to back up with that.
Well,
I think it's
and when I
just-
say identities of characters, I simply mean putting this character over here, and instead it was Captain America that did it, or this character
Right.
You know, a wild fucking idea, but this character, who was the biggest fucking bloodiest warrior of all times, is now a female. Like,
Their biggest,
she's all powerful, but
their biggest mishap, in my opinion, was that they didn't like. I think MCU as a whole would be way different if they would have, like you said, followed source material and
I agree with that one.
Adam Warlock.
look at fucking Captain Marvel, man.
Adam Warlock and Captain Marvel were the ones that fucking took down Thanos and not Iron Man.
Yeah,
I agree
Like
with
the
that.
whole entire,
the
whole entire landscape would be different.
That's it. Adam
Like,
Warlock looked like Adam Warlock, but his identity was that of a fucking teenager.
They completely changed his whole entire
a stupid fucking teenager.
Yeah, they didn't change his backstory, but they changed his whole personality.
Yeah, but that your identity is your personality. That's who you are.
Yeah, they changed. They didn't change his backstory. They just changed.
And that's what's so critical.
It's like,
of
okay, here's his
source
backstory.
material.
Okay, you respected his backstory, but he's not the character that he was in the comic books.
And I know you mentioned Captain Marvel, and I didn't know exactly where you're going, but I do know that they were always, because it's been multiple people that have been Captain Marvel, it's always been both male and female. But I agree, I don't think Brie Larson's interpretation of Captain Marvel is the equivalent of the comic books. I thought she was a good actress. I've read some Captain Marvel comics. And I can agree with that she wasn't the best fit, or didn't
she could have been the
best.
second one.
Huh?
Like, she could have been the second one. Let's have a moment of the fucking person who invented the tech be the goddamn Captain Marvel. Why are you giving us a dead fucking actual Captain Marvel who is, like I said, been cast into a different identity of a person, and now you're also going to switch out?
No, I don't disagree.
And that's what I mean. I like those movies. I liked them. I still fucking enjoyed it. I still enjoyed Brie Larson's work, but it would have done better
to stick
on a
to
global
source.
fucking scale in other people's eyes that don't like it. It would have done better for them if it had been like, give us the fucking dude, and by the end of the movie, kill him and give us the new Captain Marvel. If that's how you want to fucking have Captain Marvel represented, do it that way. But he should have gave us the fucking dude, and it should have went down like it did in the comics.
I agree with that.
Yeah, instead it was like a big fucking these ragtag, always in trouble fucking dipshit group of people are making a cover up of a fucking mess. And I'm like, we can do this without lying about a fucking blunder. Like, every movie's got to be a lied blunder. And I'm like, why don't we just tell the fucking facts and do things, shoot straight? Everybody tell the motherfucking truth for a change in a movie.
That is one thing I'm very curious about. I mean, it's a discussion that's been had by the internet forever. But why can we not just get, like, almost page for page comic book movies? And I get comic books are only 30 to 50 pages long, but take a 5-issue run, or even if, like, Spider-Man has over 100 issues, take a 25-issue storyline or whatever, 2 10-issue storylines, and smash them and make a fucking movie.
Let's get back to when the person in the fucking story that's telling a lie, that's the indicator it's the villain and not the hero. Because that's usually the way it fucking happens. The hero's always telling a lie to cover up some fucking mistake or save somebody from some feelings or some bullshit. No, we need to show that lying is the fucking problem. And like, let's have some stories like that. Get a little more fucking serious and you can have comedy here and there, but let's get a little more, let's lock it in and fucking
that's my
have
other
a
issue.
superhero mentality towards a fucking movie. The liar is the problem. Don't fucking lie, kids.
And that's my other thing. And not like all of them have to be this way, because I mean it is a part of comic books. But why is everything a joke now? Like we can't. Like I feel like the last really good serious Marvel movie was Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean Thunderbolts, I guess. But before that was Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And then before that, I couldn't fucking tell you what the last serious one is, because they always have to undercut everything with the joke. Yeah. Now, Love and Thunder was the worst about it. But it seems like everything has to end in a punchline, or every argument has to end up being a joking punchline. Like there seems like no stakes or seriousness anymore.
Loki, Fantastic Four, they didn't. I mean, I
haven't been able to rewatch it, so I guess I didn't think about that one.
Yeah, they had a good balance. Loki had a good balance.
Loki, the TV show Loki had a good balance.
Good fucking balance. There was a little bit of humor, but it was like, we got the guy, we're gonna fuck with him now. Yeah, you know.
But if you read a comic book, there's always the comedic sidekick.
There is, yeah.
I mean, in most of them.
And I'm not going to disagree. I guess my comic book reading is a little skewed because if you look at the two posters,
Venom and Moon Knight, probably not a whole lot of comedy.
Yeah, not much comedy
Venom
at all.
Maybe a little bit.
Not in this series. And it's just them killing each other.
Hello, Eddie.
But
there's no Eddie in this one.
It's just Venom being a whole on
its symbiotes.
Yeah, well, it's the multiverse of it's all the different Venoms from all the different multiverses, and they're not all attached to Eddie. So you get a bunch of different people as
still attached to things. And
still attached to a human, but
living creatures.
My bad.
Living creatures, because I'm sure there's at least one animal, one alien. Someone in the mix is not human. I want to see Howard the Duck Venom.
I'm sure there is one. I'm sure there is one. I want to see Howard the Duck and Rivals.
Comet. The fucking dog with
Venom the Duck, Earth 517.
There we go.
I think they stay away from doing word for word, page by page comics because
they're afraid to make too much money. No,
I think they're. I don't know that there's ever. You hire You go out and you ask a writer to write a movie based on a book.
Yeah.
And they always want to use their own interpretation of the book. And I think that the guys that are hired, the guys and girls that are hired to write comic book movies are like, I don't want to write someone else's story. Like, I want to write my own.
Oh, of course.
And now this doesn't work with my comic book argument. It would just be movie books. But that's when you just get the fucking writer of the book.
That's when you fire the writer and get the director to fucking direct a script that's written based off a book. Be like, you're not fucking coming up with shit. You're a director. Direct the movie the way it's written. And then, like, whoever's actually making the movie, you can corral writers into doing what you want. They're all fucking hungry, wanting work. Like, what the fuck are you gonna turn down work to a big-ass director who's got fucking multi-million-dollar celebrities? They're gonna fucking do what you tell them.
Yeah.
And it's just whoever's managing the whole fucking production is production management.
They kind of, with the Marvel movies, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. They just did so much. I mean, they just did so much.
There's a lot of good, but there's so much.
Oh yeah, I don't mean to bitch.
Bad. There's more good than bad.
Yeah, because we're still gonna watch them. I'm gonna go to all of them.
Oh yeah, I don't mean to bitch as in like, oh, this is going down or this isn't great quality.
I had stale French fries the other day. You think I'm gonna not buy French fries again? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's when I hate when people say, I'm not gonna watch. And I'm like, you're not gonna see if you might get the fucking golden 12-inch long French fry on your next box. Like,
I love to blow my brother-in-law's shit because he's like that. He's like, I'm not watching it anymore. And then went and watched Fantastic Four and was like, I fucking love this.
Yeah, well, and the flip side of that is they really didn't give us the OG original. And maybe they did, the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, I feel like they changed some Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, that's not the OG.
But still, 1, 2, and 3 are arguably the best trilogy in the MCU.
Yeah, and that's kind of where changing a lot went right, but it's not always going to go right. Like, you have to actually make a good movie. And what happens is some of them will make a good movie when they go off script, and some of them will make Frankenstein, and it kills the fucking box office scores.
Yeah. And I feel like I feel like guys like maybe the Russos do an okay job, but definitely guys, and we'll go back to him again because we always do, is James Gunn, I think, reads the source material and then adapts the story he wants to tell through the source material. It's just not always exactly the source material.
See, my problem is you've got the story. You need to write what they need to focus on what the characters sound like and how they interact. Like, we get stills. That's what you're supposed to do, is you're supposed to define in cinema what this still, like, fucking means and invokes. You know what I mean? Like, instead of expanding on some other fucking weird directives and dialogue that wasn't there.
Yeah, the other guy that did a fantastic job of bringing, like, the closest thing from comic books to reality and still told his own original story was Nolan's trilogy. Like, I know Batman Dark Knight Rises, the third one wasn't fantastic, but the Batman Begins and Dark Knight were two very, very well done movies.
And I agree with all of this. I just find it hilarious the internet is now starting to also turn on Begins.
Wow. Batman Begins?
Begins.
A lot of it's just a recent thing I've seen on Twitter and like
Kids
Reddit.
Fucking finally watching what they want on TV in their room or something.
Yeah, it's just something I've seen on Twitter and Reddit recently where people are like, man, this trilogy was really only held up by The Dark Knight.
Oh,
and I disagree with that. I want that to be known. I like both Batman Begins
Dark
and Dark
Knight wouldn't have been made if it wasn't for Begins.
Batman Begins is a better story and movie than Batman 89.
The fucking that's where we get he's my favorite, like, Batman.
That is my favorite Batman.
Christian Bale is my favorite Batman, not my favorite Bruce. But he is, like, I think he's probably my favorite live action Batman as far as the action, the color of the movie, like
the attitude, the mood.
During the suit, like when he's wearing the suit, that's when I like him.
You don't get to do the Joker and Heath Ledger if Scarecrow isn't done.
Scarecrow walked so Joker could run.
Yeah, Scarecrow was the perfect beginning villain. And then to have, like, Ra's al Ghul in the background was just fucking poetic.
That is my favorite part of the Nolan trilogy is actually getting into Ra's al Ghul and the League of Shadows, even though they didn't go all the way where it has been in the comics, but they did it more than I've seen in any other interpretation besides animated.
I would have preferred to not had Dark Knight Rises rehash Batman Begins. I wish Dark Knight Rises would have been a Court of Owls movie, because that is still my favorite Batman story that's never been fucking told.
I'm hoping we're going there with
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
I think that we are eventually, but
everything Matt Reeves is setting up between Penguin and the Batman, the first one,
Court of Owls.
Is Court of Owls.
Everything he's setting up is Court of Owls for sure.
And he's doing it beautifully.
Yeah.
That's why I love
the Penguin show.
Even recently, James Gunn is like, I have no plans to stop him.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is Batman can live without the DC universe, and the DC universe can live without Batman. If they're done right. Batman doesn't need. If you combine them, that's fine. You got to do it right, but you don't need to.
The thing they could do, and it wouldn't necessarily be the most comic accurate, but is if they just have Dick Grayson take over as Nightwing, take over as Batman. Because that's essentially what his role was in the Titans. He was their Batman. He was their very intelligent. Yeah. He was the detective sleuth that could figure out, hold on a second, you guys aren't seeing all the connecting pieces. If James Gunn puts him there so that way Matt Reeves can keep his Batman, that would be beautiful.
Yeah, and the multiverse allows you to have multiple people. So that's the other thing that people need to realize is if you're going to get Matt Reeves telling this beautifully orchestrated Batman story through Penguin and Court of Owls, and the Riddler was done fantastically by Paul Dano. If you're going to tell that story, then tell that story. Mm-hmm. James Gunn can have his own fucking Batman, and when people go, well, why aren't they the same Batman? You just say, well, this is Universe 650 and this is Universe 1200, or this is.
You know how they do it. That's Earth 1 and that's Earth 2.
Yeah, I mean,
that's DC's
that's
way.
All you have to say is, it's two different universes. So you're never going to see this Batman over here. But I've got my own Batman story to tell, which, again, some of the other really good Batman stories came out of Brave and the Bold, and that's what James Gunn wants to tell. That's what I was about to say. Brave and the Bold, which is
a way different Batman.
Which is a way different Batman. Way different Batman than the one Robert Pattinson's.
You should just cast me.
So, yeah, exactly.
Let me do it.
Everyone, we need to sign a petition. I'll start it. I'll link it in the comments.
I have a really good idea for how to play Bruce Wayne, but I don't want to give it away because I don't want nobody stealing it if I do get that on this
no, you don't want anybody stealing
it. I got a way I would play Bruce Wayne.
There is did I watch a video? I watched something. Oh, it was a TikTok. Where some guy, and I don't agree with him, and I don't think he's right, claims that Robert Pattinson's going to be one of the surprise people at the end of Peacemaker. And no. I don't think that's the case at all.
What if it is, but pocket dimension situations, and it's like not the one in the movies, but it looks the same, and Peacemaker just like kills him like he's a big pussy out of nowhere.
Just freaks out, blood breaks out.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck was that?
That would be hilarious, but it fucks so many people up.
This was the same TikTok guy that maybe you saw, because he thinks that the last 3 episodes, 6, 7, and 8, are going to reveal that the other dimension
X
that Peacemaker's going into is being ran by Superman Red Sun Superman, which is the story of, instead of Superman landing in Kansas, he lands in Russia.
Oh, the Soviet one.
And he takes over Earth and kills everybody but white people.
Could you imagine?
No.
Could you?
I have seen part of that story.
I thought it was his
dad.
Is
not. Well, that's not what happens. Soviet Russia, and he is helping lead Soviet. Not lead.
He lands in Yugoslavia.
Yeah, but he's helping lead Soviet Russia through the military side. But his whole purpose is he doesn't go after the U.S., hoping the U.S. will flip Russia's thought process on communism, because even in that comic book run, Superman does not agree with communism. He just does it because that's where he landed and that's his homeland.
Oh. This was not it. This was when he's in Dimension X, it tells, there's no black people.
Dimension X is when Hitler took over.
Okay, but I heard a thing where, there was some kind of confirmation that it was his dad who took over with Hitler ideology.
They could do that spin.
Yes, Dimension X. That. So he's like, the only thing that's bad about it is the fact that his dad runs it, and it's when he becomes gains power through becoming a Nazi, essentially.
So, so they said the big tip off.
I still haven't watched any of it, by the way.
The big tip off to all this is how they pronounce Bloodhaven.
Bloodhaven. Because
Bloodhaven is where Nightwing's from, but they don't pronounce it Bloodhaven. In Dimension X, they pronounce it Bloodhaven.
He's gonna be like it's I'm Bloodwing.
Yeah, like it's German.
Yeah, so just to confirm it, Earth X is the Nazi victory dimension where Hitler took over.
Okay.
And the other big thing with that is, like I told you, and we haven't said it on the podcast, and I don't think you've caught up or watched anything.
Yeah.
So when he's in the other dimension, if you look around, all of the background actors are all, for the most part, blonde-haired, blue-eyed,
Yeah.
and white. There are no black people besides for the Sons of Liberty, which are the bad guys in quotes that Peacemaker stopped. They are the only, and they're not all brown or different ethnicities, but there are a handful that are different ethnicities, and they're very. If you watch that whole fight scene, they're all very scared and very much like actually caring about each other, while other people typically in those situations, while they care about their teammates, they don't. Like, they're just caring about the mission as bad guys. These guys do not act like bad guys at all.
Yeah. By the way, my favorite death scene is him sticking 2 pencils.
I can't. Oh my fucking god. He stabs this guy with 2 pencils in the ears and then just starts twisting. And I'm like, oh my god.
He is like hanging from a light, and this guy walks in, and he like flips down, and he like shoves the pencils in his ears, and like rotates them and picks him up by the pencils.
Wow.
Yeah,
Gross.
it was gross.
It was bad.
it was gross.
I cringe every time. It's bad.
But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. It was a good episode this week. I didn't think. Probably the weakest one of the 4 so far, but
I thought the last week's episode was weaker.
But
I enjoyed this one more.
You did get Michael Rooker trying to kill Eagly, and then having some sort of weird, trippy seance.
He was meditating.
Okay, I don't know.
He did a Native American dance and then sat in front of a fire and got the vision of where Peacemaker's
by
hiding.
Taking blood out of his forehead,
because he got bashed in the forehead,
and then like drawing an eagle in the sand, and then it like took him off into like
he ate drugs off screen.
I mean that's what the Indians did too.
Here, have a button.
I did enjoy
the
that.
funniest thing was him fucking, and I did see the outtake or the extra credit blooper. At one point, they're going to Peacemaker's house to kill him, break into the door, kill Eagly. And the eagle hunter comes around the back and he's like, oh, there's eagle's droppings. Snaps a piece off and starts chewing on it. And he's like, 4-day-old cold cuts. And then goes on this like 10-minute rant of everything that Eagly has ate. And at one point he says like, some kind of caviar, and Economos is like, you don't even know what the fuck that would taste like, you redneck fuck.
He, the original cut that's in the show is just like 4-day-old cold cuts and brownies and soda or something like that. But then the outtake was like, he was like, I taste potato chips, and I taste this, and then he goes, God damn, this eagle eats better than I do.
It's like 5 fucking minutes of him just chomping on what is an eagle shit, saying dumb shit.
So they moved the door because
they moved the pocket dimension, one of the most dangerous things in the universe, with no instruction. Like, that's something New Rockstar has pointed out that I also had an issue. John Cena, or Peacemaker, says as a kid, him and his brother had to move it. His dad made them because he's pretty sure his dad was afraid they'd die, or was afraid he would die if he did it. So he sent his kids to do it. When Peacemaker opens up this briefcase, there's no words, there's no nothing, just dials, just movement dials, and he just happens to know exactly where to place everything to get it to where the door moves. And he acts like that's just an intuitive thing, and I don't fucking get it.
Well, he does say in the car, I had to move this once, and I'm pretty sure I remember where everything goes.
Well, that's all. I guess that's what I was getting at. Is that as a child, how did either him or Keith know how to do it?
Now that I couldn't tell you, but
because he remembers as a child from being a child. But how did he know how to do it as a child? Especially because we found out his dad did not make the door. For this entirety, since season 1, we've been told his dad made this pocket dimension.
In preparation for doing it, for the fucking full week, his dad beat it into his head in like a very like terrible way of teaching.
His dad knows nothing about it.
Well, no, I mean to move it.
His dad knows nothing about it.
So then how did he know the first time?
They stumble upon it.
But moving it the first time, knowing where the dials go.
That's how they explain it. Keith and Peacemaker go do it.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. So doing it the first time.
That's my point. How did they know how to do it?
They were told to do it by their father.
Yes, but that's my whole point of all of this.
I think you're supposed to assume that he told them how to.
But how would he know how to do it when he doesn't even know how this technology works? They killed an extraterrestrial being who was holding the suitcase, who opened this door.
But how did he know? Did he ever meet this before?
That's the thing. They don't explain it. They tell you. They straight up tell you, Adebayo goes, wait, so your dad didn't create this pocket dimension? He goes, no, my dad's a fucking retard.
No, that's wrong. She says, didn't your dad create the helmets? And
that
he goes,
was what it was.
No, my dad's stupid. He didn't even graduate 10th grade. He did not make the helmets, but that's a story for a different day. My dad killed an alien out in the middle of the woods. The alien was carrying the device that opens the doors. We came across the door. We took the thing home, opened it up, and fiddled with it. He almost made it sound like they fiddled with it until the door opened.
I'm looking through it now, and I'm trying to find it. I do not remember him ever explaining them opening it up as a child. Because all he says is, my dad made us go move it.
See, well, in that when he says my dad made us go move it, it would just for me, I would assume that when your dad makes you do something, he usually stands over your fucking shoulder and screams at you while you're doing it. In a situation like that, maybe creating a negative memory that would just stick with you until your fucking adulthood.
Well, he does tell Adebayo, I don't know if this is going to work. You need to run.
Yeah.
Which I wonder if his dad was like, hey, when you flip that wait until I'm out of the house before you flip that last switch.
But my whole point goes back to there's no instructions. It's extraterrestrial. How would his dad even know how to do it?
They fucked with it for that long until they learn.
Yeah, I don't know how... I didn't understand. The part I didn't understand was how they moved, how they knew the contraption that they got from the dead alien moved the door.
You get a briefcase with dials and knobs on it from an alien, and you ain't gonna open it up on your countertop and start doing shit, and then and you're like,
yeah, okay. That's the only thing I can think of.
And then you do it again to shut it.
Like, it would have had to been such coincidence, because the other thing that they make a big ordeal about is it has to be done in a doorway. You can't just do it out nowhere.
But the alien had it done out nowhere.
Correct. That's the only part I don't understand. But, like, Peacemaker makes it a big ordeal. Hey, have Vigilante go get doors. Hey, we need to go. He goes and kicks the doors in at his grandpa's own cabin to go find a sturdy door frame out of all of these rotten woods. Which to me makes it a symbolism that it has to be done somewhere. It may create a door somewhere else, but it has to be, like, to me, at least to their knowledge, it has to be started in a doorway.
Yeah.
How the fuck did they just stumble upon that part also?
Yeah, because they find it in the middle of a forest. That
would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, so the whole scene is they're hunting. It's Augie, Peacemaker as a child, and Keith while he's still alive. And his dad aims up, sees something moving in the brush, shoots it. It makes a weird squeal. They go over, and it is an alien bleeding out. He blows the alien's brains out, and then grabs the suitcase. And
Chris grabs
the suitcase, and then it cuts from that. They don't give you any more.
They run because they said, I think he was running this way. So because there's a
building there, but I'm like,
they go that way, and then there's just in the middle of the forest, there's the pocket dimension door.
Well, no, that was standing where they're at. What he was pointing at, he said, is I think they were running that way, and you see like partial of some kind of base.
Did they close the door?
They don't answer.
Yeah, then it just cuts.
Did this alien have a vehicle?
No, it was just him on foot.
So it's him on foot with this briefcase.
That briefcase
with
It's
no
just a
instructions
way
in it.
to open it yourself, but the fact that door could have been opened from a different location. They grabbed the briefcase, run away, and then whoever sent that alien there to grab that briefcase would have shut the door behind them. You know what I mean? Like, wherever the fuck that guy came from, for any reason. Plot fucking unknown, you know?
Yeah, it was a weird alien, too. Like,
Yeah, it's
not
one we
that
haven't
had
seen.
Well, and it's like, it's one of those things. Like,
It's probably a
the alien
throwaway.
had the technology. He probably fucking came through, and like, whoever was sending him there probably shut the door when he died. I'd assume.
Yeah.
Like, it's a separate pocket dimension. Because if you open that other pocket dimension, there's no fucking aliens in it. Unless that's just where this guy lived.
So,
the pocket,
pocket
dimension has
dimension-
99 doors in it. that
And
all
we
lead
do
to
see
different-
aliens come out of
that-
other doors.
Yeah, that go
And
on
people
99.
go in and out and do things.
If you
So
know
it's
the
a
code.
widely known fucking place.
You have to
Right.
know the code, because at least in Peacemakers and then what we're assuming is Earth X or Universe X,
Yeah.
he has to punch in his dad's code. But the alien door doesn't have a code on it. At least I've never seen a code pad next to
So
the
he killed the
aliens.
guy that invented the technology, it sounds like.
Probably.
It's
Yeah.
probably just, he's like, oh,
Could've.
doop, doop, I went through the wrong door.
Could have. Yeah.
Like, fucking
At
Earth,
this
God
point,
damn
there's
it.
just a lot of open-ended questions. Like,
Right,
I
right.
assume they're gonna answer, but it's so dumbfounding to me that, because I mean, I've seen everyone make
Yeah.
a point out of the fact, like, how did Chris know what he was doing? I get that his dad made him do it the first time, but how did we even come to the conclusion in the
How
first
did he
time?
know to do it? How to do it the first time?
Because Augie didn't create it. Augie knows no knowledge of
Right.
it. Chris knows no knowledge of it. He was there when
Dude, it's
everyone
just-
found it.
People fucking with shit for a while.
Correct.
Hillbilly-
Which, I mean, is
yeah.
probably the excuse we're
yeah,
going to
hillbillies
get.
have a good way of doing that.
Hillbillies know what the fuck is up.
My only thing is if they make, like, if James Gunn says, hey, this is all just, they were fucking around with it and they figured it out. You made such an emphasis in Superman and even split the Earth in half over the fact that these pocket dimensions can just ruin everything, and you're going to tell me 3 fucking hillbillies just boop, 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 boop. Oh, hey, we hit it right the first time and didn't split the Earth in half?
Well, I think the difference being that, like, everybody was always more about, like, this is dangerous. They kept saying, this is dangerous. This is, you got to be careful. Like, that would be kind of like implying that you can do it right if you have the fucking resources and the, like, mental reasoning not to fucking kill an entire, like, existence of people.
And the other
I
thing
think-
that adds to kind of what seems like your idea.
like, Lex
and-
Luthor isn't smart enough to be fucking with it.
Yes, so New Rockstar's pointing that out. If you look at how when Chris moved the
Yeah.
door and how when Lex starts up his teleporter, Chris moving the door and just
Yeah.
that whole technology is way more smoother. And while it's more powerful, it seems like, it doesn't glitch out like Lex Luthor's does. His
Yeah.
is sparking, it's barely making its
Yeah,
connections.
and it's growing
Well,
that,
it's
like,
because
bismuth-looking bullshit.
It's because Peacemaker is using an alien technology that is meant to open pocket dimensions.
Yeah.
Lex is forcing open a pocket dimension. That's the difference between the two. That's why Peacemaker's isn't splitting the Earth in two and fucked up. His
Well,
is-
and Lex
his
Luthor-
They
is
may
an
explain
actual-
that a little better, but at this point, with what we have, we see pocket dimension opening, and I agree you can see the difference
Yeah.
between the technology, but Argus is still making such a big deal out of this could destroy everything. Now, granted, Rick is also after this
Maybe it's
because
'cause
of
of
Peacemaker,
visually.
but they're tracking this energy. That
I
is their
think
whole reasoning behind being able to go after Peacemaker is this energy signature is the same as Lex's.
Yeah, but I just don't think that Argus realizes that the technology is different. I think they think,
And I don't
Peacemaker's
disagree with
just-
that.
I
I
think
don't
they
disagree
think
with that.
Peacemaker's just hodgepodged a bunch of shit together like Lex did, and he's just opening shit.
And that could
Where
be.
he's
It just
really
doesn't.
not. He's
The
doing
danger,
it-
I think the danger also implies of what could come through of sentience.
Right.
It's
right.
not just like, oh, he's opening this shit it's not that it's gonna rip apart like Lexus did and destroy the universe, but like you open the wrong goddamn door.
Well, and Rick Flag Sr.'s got ulterior motives because he wants to kill him because he killed his son.
If you gave me a pocket dimension like that, I'd just fucking go traveling.
My favorite thing is what he used it for. Beginning of the season, we find out when it's winter out, he just had Eagly go use the bathroom and go fly around in there. That was his whole purpose of the pocket dimension after he killed his dad.
Because Abayu's like, she says something, and he goes, well, it's like when you wake up and it's January and it's cold out, I just go in there and let Eagly fly around and take a shit, because I'm not going to let my bird go outside in the cold. I don't want to go out in the cold.
Yeah.
So he just opens the door and just let Eagly flies everywhere.
Yeah.
So
I would too.
Yeah. And he.
Oh, yeah, that would be my dog's shitting ground.
One of the doors and is like, has this like almost like cat looking creature that he throws in an incinerator outside of his door. So he opens the door and he throws the cat in there and he shuts the top and he hits the button and it whoosh, like fire comes up and incinerates the creature or whatever. And Peacemaker's like, hey, how's it going? And the alien just looks at him and turns and walks back through the door. And he's like, fuck you too, man.
And my favorite bit, and we're going back in episodes, but during episode 2 when they're cutting up the other universe's Peacemaker, he's like, all right, throw it in the incinerator. And they're burning the other universe's Peacemaker. That alien walks out with the same looking creature, cat looking creature. And immediately Peacemaker's like, this is not a fucking good time, man. You get the fuck out of here. And the guy just turns around and walks away.
And Vigilante's like, wow, that was kind of mean. He goes, fuck that guy. I say hi to him every single fucking time I'm in here, and he never says anything to me. He's like, okay.
But yeah, the pocket dimension opens to so much different shit, and I'm very much hoping we get... I don't need an answer to that alien specifically, but I want to see what else is in there
James
besides...
Gunn acted like we will never know what that alien is. Like,
yes, he is. He's acting like that is...
But yeah, Peacemaker says that there's 99 doors to 99 different dimensions. That's what he tells Anabayu. So, so there's 99 doors.
There's
99 doors on the wall.
Yeah.
Wait, do you think he says, yeah, if you go in there 99 doors, do you think he forgot to count his own?
He says other. 99 other doors.
Okay, so it is other.
So
yeah, all right.
Yeah, they
So 100 doors technically in this pocket dimension.
Yeah.
That's,
so
because who in the what kind of crazy person would stop at 99?
What kind of psychopath?
Yeah.
James Gunn, that's who.
Yeah, James Gunn.
Fuck.
That's who.
The guy that loves to fuck with everybody.
Yeah, I still think that what we get at the end, I think the big, huge cameo at the end of Peacemaker is going to be Lex Luthor. I think Lex has escaped, and I think that's what we get to set up probably Man of Tomorrow. I think this is the last... I don't think we get a season of Peacemaker past this. I think that group gets thrown into the movies. I think they just do 2 seasons and then they'll be in the movies. I think. I mean, could be. I could definitely see where he makes Peacemaker like the guy that just kind of weaves in and out of movies. Like, for sure.
My couple curiosities, and I brought the first one up to you, is all of the Peacemaker's crew have already posted not behind the scene pictures, but like selfies with them and David Cornsweet in full Superman costume. My assumption is still Superman is the cameo.
It wouldn't surprise me if Superman is the cameo. I have read some things where Peacemaker and Superman were being filmed at the same time.
Yes, they were.
And James Gunn was going between sets, so it's conceivable that
The last couple
actors
weeks-
would be going through the sets.
Yeah, the last couple weeks of Superman were the first couple weeks of Peacemaker.
So it would make sense that they would be back and
Well,
forth.
probably intentionally overlapped
Probably.
to eschew
probably.
these exact conversations.
Yeah.
That and the cameo at the beginning had the entire Justice gang.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. They're all on set. Send them over here real quick.
Yeah. So
My other curiosity is with the next Superman film. That picture he posted is very much Superman and Lex Luthor being buddy. Superman's holding a fucking screwdriver. Like, they're going to set... I think James Gunn's giving us a twist here. Lex and Superman are going to have to work together in the next movie. It's not going to be villains.
Well, and that was
It's not going to be him as a villain.
That was the other
Oh,
thing.
who's the fucking guy?
Well,
who's the bad guy?
That was the other thing, is that they're saying between these 99 other dimensions and them doing Man of Tomorrow, which shows them being friends, there's a lot of people out there that think that Darkseid...
Yes, there we go.
Darkseid
I knew it
is
had to
gonna
do
be-
something with fucking Darkseid.
Like, they're almost going to give us a Darkseid cameo at the end of Peacemaker, kind of like Thanos was at the end of the first Avengers
well, and
movie.
I don't think people understand that's why part of the fucking Snyder Justice League was kind of weird.
Yeah, because they gave us Doomsday, but Darkseid was pulling the strings.
And then Lex Luthor was a problem.
Yes.
When he should have
that.
been helping to stop the fucking problem so that he could become the problem again like he always does.
Right.
Do you know who created Darkseid?
Who?
Jack
The light
Kirby.
side.
Jack Kirby.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
I'm
The
reading...
light side?
God damn you. I was just reading through his wiki because I don't know much about Darkseid, and that was the first thing created and written and artist by Jack Kirby.
That's the end all be all big bad in DC. Right? There ain't much taller than him. That I can think of anyway.
See, I'm
And
real
not
bad
big-
with
I'm not
DC
big,
when it comes to like
Dark
Galactic. I'm like, Titans and Batman in the city.
Darkseid's almost more mythological, like lore, than less galactic.
Darkseid is interesting
Galactic,
because you can do like kind of how DC, and I could be totally wrong, and if I am, please comment and let us know. To me, Darkseid is more of the villain that never really gets defeated.
No.
He just shows up, causes some problems, they fight him off, and then he vanishes back. And then he...
locked away in this box, locked away on this
yeah,
planet.
and then
locked away.
he figures out a way out, and he comes back. And then... So he's never really a villain that they get rid of.
For our
or
magic
dies.
people, it's like the Eldrazi Titans.
So, but DC has always been focused on those villains that are the villains that fill fill everything in between Darkseid appearances. Joker, Lex Luthor, Catwoman, Penguin, Riddler, Reverse Flash.
And that's
Captain Cold. Yeah, I mean those villains.
Fucking Kang and Doomsday or Doctor Doom. Like that's them guys, but nobody treats them like that.
Right.
Nobody fucking treats our
Well,
evil
the
villains
problem-
like they're immortal. That always are a problem.
What would be fantastic is if DC and James Gunn, who I know is listening to this podcast, so I hope he's paying attention.
He's our biggest fan.
Yeah, I hope he's paying attention to me.
He emailed me
Because
last week about notes.
He could do that. Like, and if he was smart, he would take the two of the bigger villains, like Doomsday and Darkseid, and make them villains that don't necessarily... Sinestro's another one. That don't die. They just get defeated, and then they kind of like tuck their tail in between their legs and go home to come up with another plan. But they're always going to come back.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz did it the best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and but you get the movies are all setting up their return, where you get you get a Superman Lex Luthor team up. Because they've got to fight off Darkseid, but then when Darkseid's gone, Lex just goes back to being Lex. Or, Joker's always going to be a problem. Riddler, Penguin, Swamp Thing, Clayface.
Yeah.
Like, you've got all these villains that could be problems from movies to movies to movies, and just bring in, your General Zod. Like, bring them in, let them.
You just
fight
kind of
off
gave me a
and then
really
go.
good idea for a comic book in either one of the two like things, but you make a new character who is a villain, and the comic run is always about the reign of this villain, but every issue you get a new superhero that's trying to foil his fucking plan. And instead of rotating the villains, you rotate the fucking heroes for an entire comic run.
That would be cool.
That would be fun.
Because now, this issue, the two dumbasses that came ahead of time didn't call everybody. He's got them locked up. You know? And now the next fucking heroes are trying to free them. Well, this motherfucker just straight up killed one of them. And the other two had to go get more help. And, like, you just run it like that.
This makes me think of a YouTuber and a fellow podcaster that I'm going to talk shit on, a man named Vito Giswaldi. Made a comic book called Super Killer. That was his whole thing. The guy was going to go around to different universes killing superheroes, and he has flopped on that fucking idea. He's came out with one issue. It's been 2.5 years.
He just hasn't
after he
written
raised
anything.
I think it was like quarter million on Kickstarter. Like, he raised a shit ton of money on Kickstarter.
But just think, just like I said, if you...
I want the villain to lose in between that. Like, not every...
Villain's got to lose every once in a while, but he's got to win every once in a while, too. But the flip side of that is, just like I explained earlier, if Adam Warlock and Captain Marvel are the ones that foil Thanos instead of Iron Man, it's a totally different MCU. If they don't kill off every fucking villain, every fucking movie,
they kill them completely.
Totally different MCU.
Why the fuck are they killing them?
Why are they like? Why is Thanos fucking all of a sudden gone? Why'd they kill Red Skull? Why?
Because it's not a victory if the guy doesn't die.
But
nothing's a victory in Marvel.
I'm not.
It's just like
this ain't my opinion. I'm just repeating people.
No, you're right though.
But Batman, it never kills anybody.
Peacemaker, he never wins.
Big fucking pussy doesn't kill anybody. Puts them in jail. They get back out. They kill more people. Batman captures them.
But all of his villains are done, one and done. Whether they're locked away or not, they're always fucking one and done.
That is true.
And it's bullshit. But no, I want to see the ups and downs. I don't want to see the fucking villain
technically
be on top all the time.
Killed the Joker at the end of Dark Knight. You don't see him die, but he falls from the fucking thing.
I also don't want to see villain turned good guy for a little bit of time. People don't do that.
Oh, yeah.
People do not fucking do that in real life.
They did it well with Loki.
Like, I mean, we get it in a lot of stories, and that's why I don't want it.
I feel like
because it's there, it's good sometimes, but people don't fucking do that.
I feel like they did it well with Loki, but with that being said, the two biggest ones you can do that with are Loki and Lex.
Loki wasn't a bad guy; he was selfish. Lex Luthor is a fucking evil person.
Yeah, but he wants to rule the world. He doesn't want somebody else. So he's willing to put his shit aside with Superman. I mean, he's always willing to put his shit aside to stop an alien force from taking over. But then he goes right back to being... because I don't want Darkseid to run the world doesn't mean I want Superman.
Well, that's why I say Lex is evil, because he can turn to help somebody and then go right back to his bullshit without blinking an eye. Right. And then Loki is selfish in the manner that he just wants to do it his fucking way. Right. And get away with everything and have fun. He's just he's an unruly turd. Yeah. He's just an unruly fucking turd. Yeah. And sometimes you can get along with him.
But yeah, I'm intrigued and happy and pleased with where Peacemaker's going. I hate that I have to wait so long for the fucking Supergirl movie. I'm glad that they're all steam ahead with the Superman 2. I'm excited to see what they do with Swamp Thing. I hope we get some announcements for the next Batman movie with Robert Pattinson. The first one might have been 3 hours long, but I still loved it. I think DC's headed in a better direction than Marvel is right now. I think they are.
I got to be honest, there's not a lot of Marvel on my radar at the moment.
I think the other thing though, and not to totally disagree, but we have the thing to look forward to with DC. This is the start of a universe, so of course they've got a lot more to look forward to.
They're a clean slate. They're working with more of a clean slate.
I kind of hate that though. Start of a universe. Like, we've been watching fucking DC movies longer than we've been watching Marvel movies.
Yeah,
and the fact that nobody had the fucking brains to make this shit cohesive a long time ago kind of sucks. Or it doesn't, because we got a bunch of great movies of different flavors.
We did. What I think, yeah. I mean, to me, you the standalone movies, Man of Steel wasn't bad. The first Wonder Woman wasn't bad. The first Aquaman wasn't bad.
I didn't
the
watch
Batman trilogy was good. I mean, I just like Batman versus Superman. Hell, both Suicide Squad movies were good. The David Ayers one and the James Gunn one. I thought both of them were good.
That was weird to me, though. Weird as fuck to put out a second Suicide Squad.
It's because, and we're apparently, and this is all internet bullshit, we are of the minority for enjoying the original Suicide Squad. Just Suicide Squad, not we're of the minority for enjoying that. Because most people supposedly on the internet fucking hated it.
Well, yeah.
I loved it.
I thought it was fine.
Well, whether it did good or not, why is that what you visit next? In that time frame,
I don't disagree.
Before, look, everybody praised Snyder's shit, but that's quickly falling the fuck apart lately. Like,
it
was so big and everybody loved it.
I don't know that I enjoy anything that Zack Snyder does.
No,
like, I think it's too dark.
Yeah,
all his movies are too dark.
Yeah. Don't forget, you gotta slow down and hit them in slow mo.
Yeah, I think. Well, and James Gunn said it himself. He did the Suicide Squad because he wanted to do a movie like Guardians of the Galaxy, and
that is a good vibe check for that, though.
And Warner Brothers told him that the Suicide Squad did so well he could do a spin-off, like a TV show. He never intended for Peacemaker to be the spinoff. He thought it was going to be Harley Quinn. But the character everybody wanted to see more of was Peacemaker. So he was like, I got to go with Peacemaker.
I will never in my life say I don't want to see more of Margot Robbie than any other,
I think everyone wants to see more Margot.
Funny part is James Gunn came out this week and said that he wrote the Peacemaker role for Dave Bautista.
Yeah,
really?
I seen that. And Bautista went with Drax because it paid more money.
Well, Bautista couldn't do it because he was doing Glass Onion.
I thought he was doing something. He took a movie that paid him more money.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, he took the job that paid more money. So I don't know if that was Marvel or what it was. But he specifically turned down he turned down Peacemaker for a higher paying gig.
So his second choice was John Cena.
Yeah. Which is fucking cool in my book, Mr. Bautista. Yeah, pick your shit, because I just like everything he's been in.
He was in the Army of the Dead. That's Bautista's official statement is that the only reason he couldn't play Peacemaker was because he was already doing Army of the Dead,
which is a Zack Snyder movie, isn't it? No, it's a Netflix movie, but I don't think it's.
But Army of the Dead ties into movies from other things he's done, right?
It's Netflix,
isn't it? Like a whole world, like his expanded universe.
I think it's a whole world thing.
Done by Zack Snyder.
It's the Snyder.
He took Snyder over.
Does it have anything to do with Rebel Moon?
That part I can look it up, but it is a zombie outbreak Las Vegas heist movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to say
Rebel Moon is a space movie, so it doesn't have anything to do with Rebel Moon. But I think you're right. I think there was supposed to be multiple Army of Dead movies.
They are connected.
Oh, they are. Rebel Moon's connected to
through Army of the Dead Las Vegas animated series.
Okay. All right.
So there's some kind of connected universe shit.
Which has been canceled.
Oh, shit. Spilled my beer. I need a towel.
So yeah, Rebel Moon was
Connected.
connected.
Where are
to
we at on
everything.
time? Damn near a good time for an outro, maybe?
Well, it's an hour and 17, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
With
yeah.
the, like, I'm counting 5 minutes
Lost
for
thought.
that break.
Okay.
Lost thought the cat's coming to help drink up some beer.
So yeah. All right. I think we're good. Like we're abruptly ending, kind
Yeah.
of, sort of, but
Out of nowhere.
yeah.
what happens when you make a mess of
an
things.
RKO out of nowhere. So all right. Yeah. So anyway, like, share, comment, give all that funny stuff. Let us know
Yeah.
how we're doing.
Pet a JoJo.
Make sure you tune in to this week's Patreon. Pay your extra money because this week we have purchased a Richard Gere habitat for Nate's ass, and we are putting gerbils up his ass. So Nate gets live animals now, and if gerbils fit, we may try guinea pigs next week.
If the gerbils fit, you didn't quit.
So
By science, the average circumference, I can't remember the exact measurements.
Oh my
Of
god,
a
you
butthole?
measured it?
Of how much a butthole can stretch. I don't remember the exact numbers. You can roughly fit 2 raccoons in your ass.
Side by side or
That part I don't know.
doesn't matter if they're layered or side by
they
side.
are-
Well, you can go one at a time too.
well, that's
Oh,
what I
fuck.
mean. No,
Man, a whole raccoon with a
Listen,
whole
listen.
raccoon?
That is the scientific statement. Is the anus can stretch to fit 2 raccoons?
Okay, so here's the thing. That doesn't help because, like, think of putting 2 objects in back to back. You could put 2 small objects in, but when you set them side by side, they become one big object. Is it just roughly the size of 2 raccoons?
So here's what it is. Raccoons can fit into a hole up to 4 inches wide.
Okay,
the human
so they're
rectum is 2.5 inches wide, but it can stretch up to 8 inches. So it can fit 2 full-grown raccoons.
Why not just say a grapefruit? An 8-inch circumference fucking object instead of 2 raccoons who can be this fucking big but still fit through a 4-inch hole. Like, that is just like, hey, we're going to use so many conflicting and non-measurable fucking things that make no sense. It's like a fucking cat can fit under a doorway by, like, squeezing under, right? Like, that's a tiny space. Like, what?
The fact that I've deranged this outro is making
Yeah.
me lose it.
On this subject, too. That's not a good unit of measure. I'm just saying.
It's the equivalent of 3 Funko Pops.
Yeah. Well, it depends. Are they the dual Funko Pops? The
So an
scene
8-inch
ones?
action figure you could turn sideways. Turn
Yeah,
that
it's-
sumbitch sideways.
There. Right there.
There.
That's 8 inches.
Yeah.
Pretty close to it.
Yeah. Turn that, shine it up real nice. Turn that sumbitch
Yeah.
sideways. Shove it up your candy.
Does that
ass.
look like the size of 2 raccoons? You would think 2 raccoons are bigger
That's
than
like
that
the size
object.
of 1 raccoon.
Nah, fucking 1 raccoon is seemingly bigger. They just...
Okay, all right.
You
I
just
thought you were going
mush
to go
'em.
smaller.
No, there's like gotta be... fucking raccoons are massive, man.
They're
Some
fat
raccoons
fucks.
are very, very
They're
big.
all just
You're
fat,
talking to someone
fluff,
that's
and
trying to get the
Jell-O.
permits to own raccoons.
Oh my god.
Yikes. Well, we know what he's doing.
Yeah,
with
he's shoving them up in.
Watch out,
Why did
Nate.
you Google how many you could fit in your ass?
them.
I knew we were gonna try
Because
to get
he's trying to own them.
Yeah,
I
he's
didn't
like,
Google that,
he's like,
sir.
fucking,
Yes.
we're getting a
Sir,
fucking-
I did
He
not
didn't Google that. He used Ask Jeeves.
Exactly. Thank you.
He's fucking
Hey, Jeeves.
trying to get a permit for ass coons.
No, my wife likes raccoons.
Okay.
Did you ever think of maybe possums instead?
Possums would be cute.
Yeah, they do eat ticks as well. So if you're out camping, they
I like
eat
this
the ticks
idea.
off the inside of your asshole.
I don't like this
While
idea
they're
anymore.
in your asshole.
Ah, he's playing dead. No, he's dead. He ain't been breathing.
All right.
I don't like this anymore.
So anyway, don't forget our Patreon. Richard Gere Habitat, Nate's ass,
We do not condone
Gerbils.
violence towards animals.
or Nate's ass.
Condone violence towards Nate's ass.
So
Non-consensual violence.
So, yeah, this has been another fantastic episode of Pints and Pages. I'm Nick.
We're going to hell.
I'm Levi.
And we'll see you next time.